This is Access Arts Live, your source for up-to-date information about all of the wonderful live streaming of the performing arts, which is taking place more and more often every day. We're waiting for we're multi-streaming on various platforms today, so it takes a moment before they have all caught on, and that's why you're seeing this sign instead of me, John Paval. Hello, I'm John Paval, and we are live streaming exceptionally today on a Wednesday earlier in the day. We love to do it rather at about 6 o'clock in the evening, Central European time, which is noon on the East Coast in the US and 9 in the morning on the West Coast, because it gives us the best coverage. The problem is that tonight there are live streams coming from the Sibiu International Theatre Festival, which is a fantastic theater festival with over 800 events and shows from all over the world. In my opinion, it is beginning to rival the great theater festivals at Avignon and Edinburgh. But in any event, they're an hour ahead of Central European time, so they will have live streams starting as early as 5 o'clock. So we need to get this out so that you have the information, and if you're interested in tuning in, you can do so. My name is John Paval. This is Access Arts Live. We are here to help build the global audience for sustainable performing arts online. The more people tune in, the more people pay attention, the more there will be performing arts online, and they will become more financially sustainable simply by the amount that's online, because that's how this game works. Anyway, so today we have 3 selections this evening, which are being live streamed from the Sibiu International Theatre Festival. The cost of each one individually is relatively modest. It's 30 Romanian leis, which is the equivalent of €6 or $6.50 in US dollars. The first of them, and all of them today, have to do with ancestral roots of one kind or another, or ancestral traditions, as you'll understand when I go through them. And we will print the links to all of them in the comment section so that you can follow up. I'm not sure if we'll be able to do that on Twitter because there are limits on how much we can post there, but you can find the links on our Facebook page, on our LinkedIn page, on our Instagram pages. First off, at 6 in the evening, Eastern European Standard Time, which is 5 o'clock Central European Time now, 11 a.m. on the East Coast and 8 a.m. on the West Coast in the US, if you want to get up early to watch this, CURANNERA by a trio from Italy called Yarakä. They're from Toronto, Italy. And the CURANNERA is a popular folk figure who practices folk or traditional medicine using natural elements to soothe the soul and the spirit, and their songs are about exorcising the evil from the soul, removing the fear that blocks the energy, healing through ancestral song. There are 3 of them: Gianni Schiambaruto, Virginia Pavoni, and Simone Carino. They're playing instruments like the berimbau, the guitar, the tambourine, the reek, the daf, the conjura, the trocola. I'm not even sure what those are. Anyway, so you might want to check that out. Then, at 8 in the evening is another sort of very rooted in ancestral art production. This one is called ROHEE, and it's a co-production of the Théâtre Vidy-Lausanne and the Compagnie Senn, or Simone Senn. And this is at 8 o'clock Eastern European time, 7 in the evening Central European time. It's 1 p.m. on the East Coast in the US and 11 a.m. on the West Coast. Same price. Everything at Sibiu that's online is 30 lei. A Swiss actor named Simon Senn met an Indian dancer whose name is ROHEE during an online residency. And she made Senn familiar with an ancient, age-old Indian dance called the Bharatanatyam. And if you do a search, if you do like a pound sign with Bharatanatyam online, you get hundreds of thousands of hits. So a lot of people know about that, but most of them are probably on the Indian continent. And it's about, now the show is, they're using PowerPoint projections or imagery or modern technology to try to tell the story of what they say is their attempt to recreate, to record and encode the movement of the Bharatanatyam. And so it's not clear whether or not they succeeded. They talk about identities, encountering digital archives, traditions, and transculturality, and self-perception across boundaries. So an awful lot of thought has gone into this one. The performance is in French and English, with the translation into Romanian and English. I guess the French parts are also translated into English. If that's not your cup of tea, also at the same time, which is 7 o'clock Central European time, 1 p.m. on the East Coast and 11 a.m. on the West Coast, the giant gospel choir is also being live streamed. This is an authentic gospel choir from London that performs in smaller and larger numbers, as few as 5, as many as 20, in various contemporary gospel music styles. And this is to me, this also is a kind of traditional music in the sense that the roots of gospel music, they go all the way back to the 1800s and slavery and all of that. So the leader of this group is Charmaine Elliott, who's an award-winning R&B singer and backing artist. So that's tonight, okay? Now, it continues tomorrow. Tomorrow, there's another very intriguing piece, kind of a time travel piece, at the also being live streamed at the Sibiu Festival. It's called KARPATENFLECKEN. The original name is in German because this was produced by Austria's Berg Theater, directed by Mira Stadler, and it is it's written by Thomas Pearl, who's won a number of writing awards for creating KARPATENFLECKEN. It brings together a grandmother, a daughter, and a granddaughter out in the little region in the Carpathian mountains, the wooded Carpathians in Romania, a corner of Romania. So you can see why they'd show up at CBU, but they could show up anywhere. And the story carries you through the history of this family and these generations through the 20th and 21st centuries, across political, geographical, linguistic changes. The translation of KARPATENFLECKEN into English is the Carpathians as stains on my skin. So this is generational history rooted in an area. It doesn't get more basic than that. Earth Mother kind of stuff, you could say. Also on Thursday, though, if none of this kind of theater stuff piques your interest, the Teatro alla Scala, in co-production with the Théâtre des Champs-Élysées, is live streaming a new production of Jules Massenet's WERTHER. That's at 7:45 in the evening, Central European time, 1:45 in the afternoon on the East Coast, 10:45 a.m. on the West Coast. This will cost you €9.90 or 11 US dollars to see that particular production. And it's broadcast on La Scala TV. So they have their own broadcasting system going there. And we have promoted some of their other live streams in the past. Now, I can tell you a lot of operatic details about the famous conductor and the director. But really, all you need to know about this production of Jules Massenet's WERTHER is that the title role is sung by Benjamin Bernheim. And who is Benjamin Bernheim? Well, the Süddeutsche Zeitung, a nice German paper, you know how the Germans love opera, says he is, quote, the most beautiful tenor voice since Luciano Pavarotti. Diapason refers to him as the new star tenor. In 2020, just 4 years ago, at the Victoire de la Musique Award in France, which is the top of the mountain when it comes to opera and singing awards and classical music, he was named Opera Singer of the Year. And he was also named the same thing by Opera magazine in the same year. So the French and the Germans are in agreement. This guy is it. If you want to see and hear Benjamin Bernheim, who's tearing up the boards, look out, Jonas Kaufmann. This is your chance to do so. Well, this is our extra midweek rundown. We will do another live stream on Friday. It'll probably be a little early too, maybe say about 4 p.m. Central European time, because there are a number of lovely pieces being broadcast, musical kind of stuff being broadcast from Sibiu again. There will also be on the weekend, there's more opera and classical music. And on Sunday, there will be at least 3 organ recitals, which we will be happy to tell you about, because we're just beginning to find that there are these live streams of organ recitals coming from Saint Eustache Church in Paris, a favorite of mine. It's right over near Les Halles, if you know Paris. From the Riverside Church in the United States, and also one coming from the Sibiu Theatre Festival as well, because I think it's a misnomer that they call it a theater festival. It's really a performing arts festival. It's a terrific festival if you don't know it, and this is a great opportunity for you to discover it. I met the founder of it, Konstantin Shiryak, and he's an incredible guy. He's a former actor, and they started with nothing, and now they have over 800 events a year. So if you love the performing arts, it's one you're going to want to know about and maybe visit at some point in time in the future. I guarantee you it's a thrilling, overwhelming festival to visit because there's so much going on. Thanks for tuning in. Ciao for now. And please do, if you like what you see here or you see our other notices, we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Twitter, we are on Instagram, we are also a little bit on TikTok. Please do repost us, follow us, to help us build. We know there's an enormous global audience for the performing arts. Most of them don't know how much live streaming is going on and are not tuning into it. But if they ever do, well, I can tell you there are viral videos out there of tens of millions of people watching impromptu opera singing, ballet dancing. There is a Vivaldi quartet viral video which got over 140 million views. There's clearly interest out there, and all kinds of platforms now are trying to gather that interest together. This is our little contribution to their doing so. So, as I say, if you get a chance, especially on Facebook, if you can follow us there. Facebook has new rules which require us to have more people in order to live stream there. We would really appreciate that. Ciao for now, and enjoy these live streams tonight and tomorrow. I know I will.